Alright, guys. Got a little something different for y'all today. Alright? Hope you don't mind. A little, All-Star break Cavs stream for y'all. As, trying to just do stuff to pass the time, I don't want my channel to die like that. Alright, so, what's up? What's good? Yeah. Yeah. Hang on, I gotta do something real quick. There we go. A little bit better. All right, let me go super awkward zoom in here. Gotta readjust my freaking my freaking camera. Let me go super close in like this. Imagine if I just started a stream like this, guys. Hi, how you doing? Hi. Okay. Let's do it like that. All right. How you guys doing? Let me ask. So I gotta do this. Gotta love it when it doesn't do that. There we go. Okay. Now we're all set. But anyways, what's up, everybody? So, All-Star break is done. And now, it's time to get ready for the second half. Or, I guess, technically the second half. Even though we've only got like 20-some games left. I guess you could just say this is the second part of the season. The home stretch. That's a better term for it. It's time to get ready for the home stretch. This Thursday, Cavs will be in action against the Detroit Pistons as we look to solidify our spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Now, currently, I believe we are in 4th place. Do a quick check of the standings real quick here. I'm going to do a little tier list action for you guys as well. But I got to go through our schedule too, man. See what our schedule has got to offer for us. As we currently sit at 35-23, we're at 58 games out of 82, which means we're going to be at what? 58 out of 82. About 24 games left? 22, 24 games? Yeah. Well, no, because once we hit game 60, that's 22 games left. And then, of course, 62 out of 82 is 20 games left. And once we hit 20 games left, man, you're starting to hit turn 3 and 4 and heading down the home stretch towards the finish line. For any NASCAR fans out there. Used to watch NASCAR a lot. I don't really watch it too much anymore. It's just not my thing anymore. All right, so Cavaliers will, of course, start off their second half with a nice little home, 3 home games out of the next 4, which is nice. We're in Detroit on Thursday. On Saturday the 26th, we are home against Washington. 2 days later, we host the T-Wolves. A couple days later, we host the Hornets. We all remember what happened the last time we played the Hornets in Charlotte. And then we have, I guess what you could say is essentially our litmus test for this team. Nice long stretch of games from March 4th all the way down to essentially the end of March, where we have Philly on the road again. 2 days later, we host the Raptors. Then we have a 3-game road trip in Indiana. 3 days later, we're in Miami. And then the next night, we're in Chicago. Oh, man. And then 2 days later, we are back at home against the Clippers. 2 days later, we host the Sixers. And then 2 days after that, we have the Nugs. And the next night, we host the Pistons. And then 2 nights later, we are home again against the Lakers. Then 3 days later, we have the Raptors on the road. 2 days after that, we have the Bulls at home. 2 days after that, we're hosting the Magic. 2 days after that, we have the Mavs. And then on March 31st, we have the Hawks. I believe that was supposed to be the makeup game from when we had our game canceled. So we still got a back-to-back featuring the Hawks, of course. And then April 2nd, we are in New York to face the Knicks. The next night, we are hosting the Sixers. Lovely. And then we end our season April 5th against the Magic. April 8th on the road against Brooklyn. So that's 2 road games there. And then last game of the year, at least in the regular season, we host the Bucks. That game could possibly be for seeding. Or maybe both teams have already locked up their spot. And we see essentially 2 skeleton teams out there playing. You know, bench guys. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see what this team can do. What's up, Jacob? Go Nugs. Oh, yeah, of course, I'll be streaming that game on Thursday. You already know. But anyways, let's take a look at the standings and just see how freaking messed up the East is compared to the West. I mean, you look at the West. Let's take a look at the West first. So, pretty obvious. Suns up here. They're that team. 6.5 games back is the Warriors. The Warriors and Suns have been going at it for first place all year. Warriors have kind of fallen off a little bit. I guess not having a big man, a legit big man is kind of hurting them. Looney's not bad, but when you're going up against these big men like, you know, Embiid, Jared Allen, Giannis, those guys, they're going to own you. Because Looney's good, but man, that's got to be tough. But then, if you're the Warriors, you're looking in your rearview mirror. Oh, what's this? Drew Eubanks. Oh, wow. Blazers are signing Eubanks to a 10-day. Still waiting to see if the Cavs do anything. After we get rid of Pangos. I don't know if we're going to do anything. I expect us to either sign a guy off the buyout market or we just give Brandon Goodwin a much-deserved guaranteed contract for the rest of the year. Might even send him to a multi-year deal. Who knows? But yeah, if you're the Warriors, you're looking in your rearview mirror and you're starting to see that grizzly bear closing in on you. They're only 2.5 games back. That's insane. That is insane. No, I'm sorry. It's a half a game. It's a 1.5 game. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's only a game and a half. Wow, bro. Like, the Grizzlies could easily pass the Warriors for second place in the West. That's insane. That's insane. And then you get a nice little distance between the Grizzlies and the Jazz. 4-game difference. But then, the distance between the Jazz and the Mavs is only a game and a half again. Then you have, another 2.5 games or so between the Mavs and the Nugs. Then another 2.5 games between the Nugs and the T-Wolves. 2 games between the T-Wolves and the Clippers. I'm going to say a game and a half between the LA teams in 8th and 9th. And then you'd have, 2.5 between the Lakers and the Blazers. And yes, the Blazers are in the play-in. As of right now, despite the fact they sold off, they got rid of some guys like CJ McCollum. They'd be in the playoffs right now if the season ended. They've actually won 4 straight games. Imagine that. They trade away CJ McCollum. They get rid of Norman Powell. And they're still in the playoffs. A ragtag unit led by Anthony Simons is in the playoffs right now. I mean, they still have Nurkic. They still got some nice pieces, but damn, man. They're like, yeah, we're going to sell off some pieces. And they're still doing this. And they don't even have Dame. That's insane. If they somehow make the play-in, they're probably not going to last too long. I mean, you never know. I mean, if they face the Lakers. I mean, look what they did to the Lakers last time they played them. that was pre-deadline. It seemed like there was a lot of pressure and their heads really weren't in it. But since the deadline is over, the Lakers look better. They look much better. And then outside looking in, you have the Spurs. They are 2 games behind the Blazers. The Pelicans, same thing. Pelicans and Spurs are tied for 11th. Kings are still lurking. They're only, game and a half back? Yeah, they're game and a half back. Sitting there in 12th or 13th. Then there's the Thunder and the Rockets. No need to worry about them. Now you look at the East. Yeah, it's a logjam. It's a mess. Heat and Bulls tied for first. Sixers, Cavs, and Bucks are tied for third. All at 2.5 games back. Then the Celtics are 2 games behind us 3 at 4.5. Just a half a game behind them is the Raptors. Man, the Celtics and the Raptors have really come on strong. That's crazy. Then you got Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn. They don't have too many games left with Kyrie unless they get rid of the vaccine mandate in Brooklyn, which they might. The trend is that I could see them lifting that mandate, and then we could see Kyrie playing home games by the end of the year, end of the playoffs, which would be huge because you'd have Ben Simmons, you'd have Kyrie, Durant, you'd have Dragic, who they just signed. Like, they're going to have a nice looking team. You have Drummond, of course. You have BG, Blake Griffin. They'd have a nice deep team. And then you have the Hornets, who are another, 2.5 behind? Yeah, 2.5 behind the Nets. And they're tied with the Hawks in 9th and 10th. So in the East, in the play-in round right now, it would be Raptors, Nets, Hornets, Hawks. And out West, T-Wolves, Clippers, Lakers, Blazers. Wow. So LA could be wiped out in a couple rounds. That's crazy. Just outside looking in, out east. In the East is the Wizards, a game behind, which is crazy. Again, Bradley Beal said, "I'm done for this year. I'm getting surgery. See you next year." They traded for KP. They got rid of Dinwiddie. They're still hanging on. And then you have, 2.5, some games behind them. You have the Knicks. Then you have the Pacers, Pistons, and Magic, which that probably won't happen. It would take a miracle for those teams to get in there. Never say never, but nah. I don't see that. Let's see what the chat's saying here. Curry is the Warriors star if he plays. What's up, Bear? If he plays good, I don't see anyone can stop them. He scored 13 3-pointers. Yep. 16, I thought. Just imagine we play Bulls or Bucks. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. I would absolutely love that. Be entertaining. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little fun with y'all right now. I'm going to do a little tier list thing. What's up, Ethan? I do think we beat the Timberwolves. I think we beat the T-Wolves. I have no reason to believe that we won't. So, as you can see, I got the tier list already for you. We got the title contenders. We got the playoff teams. We got the fringe play-in teams. We have the teams that are close, but they're probably not going to be there this year. And then we have the long way to go teams. These are teams that are just really starting their rebuild, and they're probably not going to be a playoff team or whatever for a little while. So first off, we got the Atlanta Hawks. And, I'm going to say they're probably a fringe playing team right now. They could definitely they're like as close to a playoff team as anything right now, but they're good. They're starting to find their rhythm. Boston, playoff team. Brooklyn, playoff team. Bulls, I'd honestly put them right here. Now, FYI, the teams that are on the far left of the category are essentially like borderline, top category. So the Bulls, I would say, are borderline title contenders. Just gotta wait for them to get healthy. Clippers, I'm gonna say they're like a fringe playing team. I mean, they don't have PG and Kawhi, although PG might be back, especially if, they feel like they can make it in this year. If they can make the playoffs, I feel like PG could come back and give them a nice little 20 points a game, something small, whatever, 15 points a game, whatever. I don't know. Hornets, they are definitely a playoff team. Cavs, yeah, playoff team. Nugs, playoff team. Rockets, they're getting close, I'd say. Lakers, they have LeBron, so I gotta put them in the title contender. But I guess realistically, I'm gonna put them as a playoff team. Bucks, title contender. Heat, title contender. Mavs, playoff team. Pelicans, fringe playoff team, definitely. I'm gonna put them in here, I think, because they're a fringe. They're Knicks. I'm gonna say they're close. OKC Thunder, they're close. Magic, they're close. Blazers, long way. Pacers, long way. Pistons are like, I'm trying to get them. There we go. I'm going to say the Pistons could possibly be close if they can just nail one or two more drafts. If Troy Weaver can have another bomb draft this year, if they get a good pick, like they get like top 5, if they even get top 3 and they can get like a Jabari Smith. Do they really need Jabari Smith though? They don't need a Chet because they got Beef Stew. They traded for Marvin, although I think Marvin's a free agent. They got Killian Hayes, who can improve. They got Cade. If they get a good draft pick, they could potentially be a team to watch next year. Sacramento, I'm going to say they got a long way to go. A little bit. Phoenix, title contender. Spurs, I'm going to say fringe playing. But yeah, I'm going to say they're close. Yeah, because they're rebuilding, but hey, they got Popovich. Anything's possible with him. Sixers, they got Harden. I'm going to say they're definitely a title contender. Raptors, playoff team. Jazz, playoff team. I'm going to put them right around here. Yeah, I'm going to put them, I'm going to do that. There we go. Warriors, championship contender. Wizards, I'm going to say a long way to go. Grizzlies, they're definitely a good... I'm going to put them right around the mid-pack. I'm going to put them actually up here. I'm going to put them right there. Because that team is really good. And then the T-Wolves, I'm going to say a fringe play-in. Now, is there anyone that you would think I should move? Who would you put where? They already engraved the Suns on the trophy. Yeah, exactly. They're already plotting they've already got their championship route set. Is it much love between... Yeah, no. Howard got suspended for throwing a punch. I saw that. My 5 favorite MLB mascots. Slider. The Indians mascot. That pinkish, yellow-haired monster thing that does this thing with his belly. No, I really only like Slider. I could care less about the other mascots. Let's just be real. Now, if I had to move anybody... Actually, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move the Warriors up to here. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to put the Suns up to here. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Yep. I think that's about right for the most part. But this is going to be a fun second half, man. Or I guess home stretch. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But you know what? To end this thing out, I decided to have a little bit of fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go full screen again while I get this thing figured out. I don't want y'all seeing my freaking search history. Nothing sus. I just don't want y'all to freaking try to dox me or whatever. For the most part, Philly fanatic. So I decided let's have a little bit of fun, because I don't really got to worry about the lottery anymore. Let's do a couple rounds with Tankathon, just for lols. Even though my team's not going to have to worry about this, because as you can see, we would have been 23rd, but we traded our pick, so it wouldn't even mattered. I wouldn't have been. So yeah, unless we trade for a first rounder, which I doubt we would, I'm not even worrying about streaming the draft or the lottery for that matter, unless y'all want me to. I will stream the draft lottery selection if y'all want me to. Even though I'm not going to really care because my team's not in the lottery anymore. I mean, unless we completely fall off, then we get the pick. We keep our pick, but I don't think we will. I think this team's got enough on it to where they can definitely make a good run in the playoffs. It's just that stretch like I talked about earlier, man. Like in March, that's going to be the litmus test for us. But I think if this team is healthy, I think we can take on any team. I mean, look what we were doing to the Jazz and the Nugs and the Clippers earlier in the year when they had their guys. I mean, we went into Denver and pounded on the freaking Nugs earlier. We went into Utah, a place where we hadn't won in a couple of years, and we proceeded to... we had a Cavalanche 21-0 run against the Jazz. They had Gobert and I think Spida too. Like, bro, this Cavs team went healthy, man. Oh God, I wouldn't want to face these guys. Imagine having to navigate around us, knowing that we got 3 7-footers. That in order to get to the rim, you got to go through 3 7-footers. Have fun. And one of those 7-footers is also a sharpshooter from 3 too. So again, have fun. By the way, not trying to, flex or anything, but, the Cavs are probably have one of the best young cores in the NBA. I'm just saying. Just saying. But, want to do an MLB mascot quiz? Nah. I'm keeping this strictly basketball for the moment. Let me make myself a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, let's do a couple rounds. Let's do a couple rounds of the Sim Lottery. OKC gets the first overall. Sacramento and Portland get second and third. Portland will wind up with 2 first-round picks. First, the 3rd pick and then the 8th pick. Memphis would get the Lakers pick. And those are the only picks that would change hands. That's crazy. Okay. Pels get the 3rd pick in the draft. Portland gets 8. Those seem to be the only picks that would really change hands at this point. And then Memphis. Okay, so those are the only 2 picks that really seem to be changing hands. Yeah. But yeah, Detroit gets the first overall pick again. Imagine if they had the first overall pick again. That's some Cavs level luck right there. People are going to start questioning, oh my God, is it rigged? It's rigged for the Pistons. Right? Yeah, because clearly the NBA gods love the Pistons. Clearly. Alright, what about NBA? I'm not doing any other quizzes. I'm going to hop on out of here in a second. So, figured I'd jump on real quick, have some fun with y'all, and, hang on. Alright, actually, muted my mic for no reason. Oh, man. So, I think we're good now. Whammer? Whammer's dope. Love Whammer. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. So, I figured I'd come on here for, whatever, a couple minutes. Not too long. You know, not too long at all. Figured I'd come on here and have a little bit of fun with y'all. And, yeah, I'll be live on Thursday for Cavs and Pistons as we will begin our home stretch run as we look to possibly make a playoff run for the first time without LeBron ever. Well, yeah, ever without LeBron, which is crazy to think about. But, yeah, here we are. So, maybe I'll see you guys on Thursday, unless the Cavs make a signing. I know they have an open roster spot. They could sign somebody. We'll see what they do. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Cavs. And I'll see you on Thursday. Unless something breaks, like, you know, the Cavs sign somebody. Then I'll make a video about it. Not going to go live for it. I'll just make a video about it. But until then, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Cavs. And I'm out. Bye-bye.